Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, September 18th, 2012. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Chip Ramsey with the Saturday Independent newspaper. In tonight's news, State Representative Judd Matheny may face a challenge to his leadership position when the General Assembly convenes in January. Tennessee's tax collections have fallen short of projections, and another layoff is coming at Arnold Center. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6. Stay tuned.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
Hello, this is J.D. Oliver from the Smokehouse on Mount Eagle Mountain. Me and my sisters Nancy and Betsy would like to thank you all for your continued support. This year we're celebrating our 50-year anniversary at the Smokehouse. In conjunction with our 50-year celebration, we are bringing Music on the Mountain every Saturday night at 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. featuring the best of Nashville. We have had some wonderful singers, hit songwriters, and Nashville's rising stars have taken the stage. Come out this Saturday night and every Saturday night through the end of the year. Make it a date night or bring the whole family. Help us celebrate 50 years in the community. Music on the Mountain is free every Saturday night at Jim Oliver's Smokehouse.
Hey, this is Sean Mayer. I'd like to invite everybody out to the Smokehouse every Saturday night for great music and awesome food.
Thank you very much, y'all.
Tullahoma Drug has a gift for keeping well. You know about prescriptions, but there's so much more to tell. There's a gift for all occasions, for body, soul, and mind. Cards to show you care, gifts to show your kind. There are remedies and recipes and treats, you'll want to eat them. Stacks of books from famous cooks and spectacles to read them. Shades and frames, puzzles, games, dishes, plates, and mugs. We're a Tullahoma treasure. We are Tullahoma Drug.
Welcome back. 47th District State Representative Judd Matheny may face a challenge to his leadership position when the General Assembly convenes in January. Clarksville Republican Curtis Johnson said he's considering a run for the Speaker Pro Tem job now held by Matheny. Johnson says he's been approached by some lawmakers to challenge the Tullahoma Republican, but won't make a decision until after the November elections. Last month, Matheny floated the idea of challenging Republican House Speaker Beth Harwell for the top post next year. He says the House GOP leadership has marginalized his pro-gun and anti-Islam agenda. Now Matheny says he will seek re-election as Speaker Pro Tem. Governor Bill Haslam says he approves of Harwell's tenure as the first female House Speaker in Tennessee history.
Tennessee's tax collections have fallen short of predictions in the first month of the budget year. Finance Commissioner Mark Emke said in a release Friday that the weak revenues reflect a slow economic recovery on the national level. The state's total general fund for collections in August were $600 million, or about $6 million less than budgeted. The August collections reflect economic activity in the previous month. Sales taxes grew by 1.1% during the month to $569 million, or nearly $16 million below expectations. But corporate, franchise, and excise taxes beat projections by $5 million. Sales tax collections posted a 6.6 annual percentage growth rate in the budget year that ended June 30th, while corporate taxes grew by 22%.
Aerospace Testing Alliance, prime contractor at the Arnold Engineering Development Center complex, will reduce its workforce by 17 people in fiscal year 2013. The company announced it will cut 8 salaried and 9 wage positions, primarily because of skill mix issues. ATA General Manager Steve Pearson said, quote, "We were hoping to avoid an involuntary reduction. We feel deeply for the personnel affected and will do anything we can to help those employees. But the skill mix issue is real and something that we had to address so we could successfully accomplish the work," end quote. Pearson also said that some employees whose positions were affected by budget changes were offered open positions in other areas of ATA. However, the reassignment opportunity still didn't prevent a forced reduction. ATA will provide job counseling services, including resume development, skills self-assessment, interview techniques, resume distribution, and job search assistance. Notification for the involuntary reduction in force were issued last Friday with a departure date of Friday, September 28. 28 employees volunteered for a reduction in force last month. ATA has been the operating contractor of ADC since 2003 and employs 1,765 full-time personnel.
We'll be right back with more Newsleader on 6. Stay tuned.
It is said that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and the Eye Care Center wants to make your eyes the best windows possible. The professionals at the Eye Care Center have been offering comprehensive eye care for over 30 years. From eye examinations to eye surgery, from children to seniors, we have the services you need. We pride ourselves on taking the time to fully understand our patients' wants and needs. Each patient is a unique situation and deserves our full attention and the latest treatment options. So call or stop by one of our 4 convenient locations and start seeing better today.
Say I'll love you forever at Woodard's Diamond Showroom inside Northgate Mall of Tullahoma.
Mark, you've won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay them a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Hello, Trent McNabb here, welcoming you to the brand new showroom at Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac in Tullahoma. And here's something they don't have across town. Come check out our brand new state-of-the-art service drive.
Hello, Trey McNabb here, General Manager of Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep. You've seen my little brother on TV. I taught him everything he knows, except how to give you more money for your car. Come see me.
Welcome back. The Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency held their annual meeting in Tullahoma at the Markham Business Center this year. John Gray stopped by and brings us this report.
All right, folks, this is John Gray, and we are out in front of the Markham building in Tullahoma, and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency at Land Management Group is having their annual meeting at this building, and they're about, how many folks, Bert? This is Bert Wells right here, a familiar face. How many folks are in there, Bert?
I don't know the official head count, but I'm saying somewhere in the neighborhood around 125 people probably registered.
That's about right.
All right, and we're going to go down the line. Sir, who are you?
Johnny Martin. I work out here at AEDC.
And right here's, these two right here are the ones we need to capture because they are the northern and southern, I'll say chair people.
Wildlife Manager 3s.
Those are the areas where the state is split up into north and south?
No, sir. We're split up into 4 regions across the state. We're in Region 2. Russ and I are out of the Region 2 office, and he handles big game, small game, and WMA's north, about Nashville north, and I'm from about Nashville south.
Okay.
Doing the same thing.
And again, this is an annual meeting for your folks?
Yes, it is an annual meeting. We try to get everybody together from across the state to come together to have some camaraderie, to see each other, because in our job, we don't see each other about once a year because we're spread so far apart. We're not in the office. We combine that with a lot of good training that they can take back to their areas and implement into wildlife management.
And what's your specialty?
My specialty?
Do you have a specialty? Small game, large game, all game?
In Region 2, we're jack of all trades. We handle small game, big game, wildlife management, landowner assistance, you name it, we do it.
So you're in Tullahoma for what, 2 or 3 days?
We came on Tuesday, and we'll be leaving today.
even today. So you're out in the community checking things out, hopefully spending $1 or $2 while you're here. You know, there is economic impact that goes along with stuff like this.
Oh, there's no question about that. All the meals we eat out, and all the meals we've actually gone to some of the places for tours, and so put some money into that. It's helpful, I'm sure.
Well, how do you make a decision on where you're going to have these events?
Well, the way we do it across the state is we rotate between regions.
Mm-hmm.
So next year we'll be in Region 3, which is over toward the Cumberland Plateau and east. This year fell in our lap for Region 2. And we knew that we wanted to be north this year because last time we were up on the south end. And we were looking somewhere that had some nice restaurants, some good places for people to tour, and that was just handy from hotel to meeting place. And this has been a great venue for us.
Well, we thank you folks for being here. Hope you have a great meeting, and know that we Tennesseans appreciate all that you do to keep our wildlife and our wildlife areas in the shape they're in. We're very fortunate with the state park system we have and all the work that those folks and you folks do to where we can go out in a beautiful state and have a good time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you two right here, these are local guys. Thanks for what you do, man.
The South Central Home Builders Association held a political forum recently in Tullahoma to allow candidates to express their views on various issues. Let's watch some of the comments from State Representative Judd Matheny.
And this is the political forum being put on by the Builders Association, and we're at Tullahoma Utility Board's banquet room, and we're eating, and then the candidates are going to get up and give a little talk to everyone.
Again, I want to thank everyone for being here. Please keep eating. Don't let me bother you. We just need to get started so that we aren't here all night. Again, also, this is sponsored tonight by South Central Home Builders Association of Tennessee, and they're the ones that work really hard to do the things in this community to help support the construction industry and various projects throughout the year. Now, here's our format for tonight. It's going to be really, really simple. We have your candidates here that are running for House and for Senate. Congress could not be here. They are in Washington. So we do have 5 people here that are going to speak. What we're going to do is I'll introduce the first one to come up. They'll speak for a few minutes. Then you guys are open to ask questions. We'll probably need to keep it around 15 minutes total for each person. Otherwise, we will be here till 10 o'clock. So if, guys, like I said, keep eating. We're going to get the first one up, and tonight we're going to start with our House representatives, candidates, and our first speaker is going to be Judd Matheny, and Judd is District 47, so Judd, if you want to come on up, you can take it from here.
Thank you very much, and thank you to the home builders who've always been great friends, and we've been in the trenches a few times with a few pieces of legislation. You guys are always practical and have a lot of common sense, and enjoy working with you. And we will inevitably have another issue that comes up where we're going to need you closely. I'd like to talk a little bit very quickly about what it is that I do as your state representative for Coffee and Warren County. I sort of prioritize my job in 3 different categories. First and foremost is to make sure that the relationships that I build in Nashville and build with other members of the community are open to you, and that you have the same access to those relationships that I do, and that you're treated fairly in the eyes of the state, and that I can help be a liaison between the local and the state governments, and in some cases with the federal governments. We are able to help some with some SSI issues and some other federal issues. But I consider that to be my main job. The second one is what you would consider mostly that a state representative does, and that's voting on legislation. We do a lot of due diligence, however, before we do that. We try to cast our vote based on what we perceive to be the best needs for the most people at the present time in our district. The third thing that I do is I look for a problem that's out in the community and I try to fix it. Give you a real quick idea about what I do in the House of Representatives. I'm the Speaker Pro Tem. I'm elected by the entire body as a whole in a popular vote. Serve with the Speaker of the House. From an economic standpoint, Tennessee is in very good shape. We're growing healthier every day. Our cash balances are increasing. Our rainy day funds, our 10-care reserves are increasing. For 2 years in a row, we've been able to decrease the state budget. We have trimmed the size of the government workforce, mostly through attrition. We've had some unfortunate layoffs, but that's part of having to do the business of government, be the best stewards of taxpayer money. Coffee County and Warren County, both, my district, have been great benefactors of that top-to-bottom review. We've had a lot of new industrial growth here. We have an unemployment rate that is lower than the state average here and lower than the national average in Tennessee altogether. I have, as your Speaker Pro Tem, I have the unique responsibility that I have a vote on all 13 committees and on all subcommittees. And it's great for Coffee County, it's great for Warren County. Appreciate the opportunity to serve. Appreciate the support I've had from my family and many, many friends. I look forward to going back for 2 more years.
And we'll bring you more from that forum on Thursday's news. Stay with us. We'll be right back in a moment.
Our office used to look like this. But now with My Paper-Free Office from R.J. Young, it's easy. We've made all of our files electronic and stored them in our virtual filing cabinet, which gave us tons of space. And Bob here, a big promotion. Melissa can pull files in minutes and spends hours on Facebook. And Kyle's confidential files stay confidential.
We're not totally paper-free, right?
My Paper-Free Office from R.J. Young. It's that easy.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has the checking, loans, savings, and traditional banking services you want. Plus free internet banking and bill pay, bank your change, Visa gift card, and lots more state-of-the-art banking services. We focus on the service and services you want. So you can bank when, where, and how you want. At our offices, or from just about anywhere. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need. Welcome to Camino Real, home of the area's most authentic Mexican food. Expect quality service in a friendly environment that features the only truly authentic Mexican food in the area, with favorites like tacos, fajitas, enchiladas, burritos, tostadas, freshly made guacamole, and Mexican rice, all made from scratch using homemade Mexican recipes and only the freshest ingredients. Come and enjoy a meal at Camino Real with the great food, friendly service, and warm atmosphere of Old Mexico.
Welcome back. The American Legion in Tullahoma held an open house and membership drive at their post home on Sunday. John Gray brings us this report.
All right, these are cars parked downtown in front of the American Legion Post 43 post home in Tullahoma, where they're having their fall open house today. And looks like a good crowd. We're going to go see what's happening. And there's the Couch Sisters over in front of Post 43 here for the open house.
We are celebrating with the veterans, members of the American Legion Post 43 and the Auxiliary and the Sons of the Legion. We're having membership renewals, and we want to invite folks to come down and enjoy the benefits and the service of the American Legion.
Well, let's go inside.
All right, come with me.
Yeah, look at here. Place is full. Televisions are on, and a lot of fun being had. There's Daddy Bob. Looks like the post commander right there, Mr. Garrett. Having a good time, big smile. Look at here. You can watch TV down here now. Watch football. John Gray. How you doing? Yeah, there's a good looking crew right there. Look at them. Fine looking folks. Fine looking folks.
They've been sitting a week. I don't know whether they have.
What about this table up here? Huh?
Cemetery over there. Rubbing down. Good. How about you?
Doing good, doing good. There's a man right there that'll take your money. He'll take your money and send you your membership card.
Every day.
Every day. That's Mr. E. Hatfield right there. Retired Mr. E. Hatfield.
Sort of kind. He's going to run for mayor next time.
Run for mayor. I think you're going to be his campaign manager, Crockett.
No, Tucker is. Yeah, Tucker is.
Looky there, there's Aunt Cersei. Look at all those good-looking girls. Bob's got a whole table full of them there.
He feels honored. John, what for your odds?
All right, look there. There's Mr. Hobbs. But you know what?
I don't know.
I tell you what, you're You're a strong man to be wearing that UT hat today.
That's very true.
Hey, we got to take them whether they win or lose, though, don't we?
Well, I mean, going over since the 80s, so I can't drop them now.
No. Table full of good-looking gals. Let's check out. Gordon's back here with the food. Looky here. Meatballs and beans and pasta and wraps and potato chips and deviled eggs. Look at that. Isn't that good? Look at all these desserts back here. This is at the American Legion Hall, Post 43, right here in Tullahoma. There's Pitty Pat. But this is the new post home, and everybody needs to come by and see. This is the fall open house, and a great place to be right here in Tullahoma. It's membership time. Get your card right, because there's going to be some things happening around at this post home, and we're real excited about it.
And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include a representative from the American Heart Association who will tell us how we can learn how to save a life. The 41A Music Festival is next weekend, and we'll hear what to expect from that event. We'll close out the show with a great new band called Stealing Vanity. All that and more on this week's Living Show. We'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
You can see it in his swag. You can see it in his swag. He a boss. You can see it in his swag. How we walk, how we talk.
A lot can change in 2 years, but not everything has to. With the Charter Price Guarantee, lock in low rates for 2 years, because sometimes it's nice to know what's on the road ahead.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Since 1889, Traders Bank has been helping our neighbors realize their dreams. Whether our customers are looking to put a roof over their heads, try their hand at entrepreneurship, or see themselves behind the wheel of a shiny new car, the folks at Traders Bank have always been ready to dive in with them. Because at Traders, we lend you more than just money. We lend you our good name. Traders Bank, you're welcome.
Welcome back. 2 years ago, White County defeated the Red Raiders after a heartbreaking loss to Tullahoma in a game that Coffee County held at the half. This year's result proved that history has a way of repeating itself. With both teams coming into the game winless, White County made the trip back to Sparta victorious with a score of 12-7. Things didn't go well for Coffee County from the start as the Raiders received the ball to begin the game and promptly turned it over at the 32-yard line. The Big Red defense held, forcing Sparta to turn the ball over on downs, but the Big Raiders did the same thing on their next drive. The Warriors struck first as Kane Tollison ripped off a 27-yard run with 9:12 to go in the second quarter to break the stalemate and give Sparta the lead. The PAT was partially blocked, leaving the score 6-0 Warriors. 2 possessions later, the Raider defense forced a fumble that was recovered by Jordan Wilson at their own 46-yard line. On their first play, Peyton Meeker hit Jeffrey Simmons for a 19-yard gain. 2 plays later, the junior signal caller hit Jesse Brown for an 11-yard gain. After 2 more completions to Simmons and D'Angelo Rozier, Meeker found Brown in the front right corner of the end zone for a touchdown with just 35 seconds left in the second quarter. The David Morgan PAT was good, and Coffee County led 7-6 at the half. The Warriors received the ball to start the second half and scored on a quarterback sneak with 6:51 left in the quarter. The Warriors faked a PAT but did not convert and made the score 12-7. The rest of the game was mostly an exercise of futility for both teams on offense. Early in the fourth quarter, Meeker hit Brown for a 46-yard completion, but Meeker was sacked and fumbled 3 plays later. Next week, the Raiders will host Independence.
The Tullahoma Wildcats came up with just enough plays at just the right time to escape the pit in Fayetteville with a 14-10 win over the Lincoln County Falcons Friday night. For the second week in a row, Trey Burks found pay dirt the first time he touched the ball, this time on a 72-yard scamper on a pitch option play on the Wildcats' first offensive play of the game. Last week it was a 79-yard punt return that the Cats got off and running against Coffee County. Tullahoma's only other score came early in the third quarter when Zane Price kept a 3-play 45-yard drive with a 4-yard touchdown run. The big play in the drive was a 36-yard pass from Justin Brown to Cole Potter. Other than that, it was pretty much a matter of the Wildcat defense hanging on for dear life as the Falcons lined up behind a massive offensive line and pounded the ball straight at them. With that strategy, the Falcons controlled the ball most of the night and ran almost twice as many plays as Tullahoma. In fact, they ran 64-33 plays more than Tullahoma. Lincoln County's only scores came on a 29-yard field goal in the first quarter and an 8-yard touchdown pass with 39 seconds left in the third period.
We'll be right back with your weather forecast after these messages.
Are you looking for a new car dealer that offers no games, no gimmicks, no hassles? Then look no further than Russell Barnett Kia. Keith Barnett here today with my nephew Clay to tell you about the all-new 2012 Kia Optima. Yours today for $21,995 after rebates and incentives. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. No games, no gimmicks, no hassles. My question is, tell them, Clay.
Why buy anywhere else?
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1954 at 95 degrees. Record low was in 1981 at 38 degrees. The average high on this day is 81 and the average low is 58. For tonight, look for rainy weather to continue with a low of around 45. Sunny weather expected for Wednesday with a high of 72 and a low of 47 on Thursday. Sunny weather still in the forecast with a high of 78 and a low of 54.
Jim, we're going to be speaking to some folks tomorrow, and we'll have the video from it on Thursday. But there's a situation with a group home of some severely mentally and physically handicapped folks who may be being displaced by a state agency. We're going to find out both sides and get their story from both sides of the story and find out what's going on here. But we've got about family members from about 30 different clients at a particular home in Manchester who may be having to be dispersed to other parts of the state if something doesn't get worked out. So.
All right. Okay, we'll have that for you, as Chip said, on Thursday. That is our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us. It's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a great night.